I'm going to use my balsa wood. I need a fairly thick piece. And what I was going to try and do is, I've got like this, which is going to go on the wall, but I need to make another piece similar. So let's just do I need about 3 of these, I think. That's slightly different, but I am not bothered whatsoever. I've 2 alike and 1 like that. Great, they're for the wall. I might just take a slither of that off. There we go, like that. That'll do me. I have 3 wall ones that can be painted now. Now the other thing I want to do is I do want to make sure that we've got a couple of other, like I've got wood like this. This is MDF. Now I'm not sure if my thing will cut it, but we're going to try, because I want a couple of shelves. I'm just going to check the width. Yeah. Okay. That's great, having those. They're already edged, I don't need to do anything with those. We just need to put the support on. We have to have those straight. So I'm just going to lift these a little bit. I've got to have that straight when it's going up against the wall. I think that will do. I've just had to take some headache tablets. It's too hot and I've got a massive headache. But I need to get this done and then I'm going to go have a lie down, I think. Right. So now the only thing I've got to do on this is to put the supports on. Now I'm going to use this, which is like that. Oh, my blade's gone in. And then I think from this end, I'm just going to cut a couple more. Sorry, I'm going to take it out of view because it's easier to bring it onto the edge of the table for me. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these. It was a bit lopsided before, it's fine now. Right, so that's those done. Save those because you never know when they'll come in handy. Get rid of all the rest. Let's put those... Sorry, I'm going to have a drink. It's really hot. Now, like I say, everything needs painting. But I've got lots of different things that I can use. Oh. See, like these, I'm just going to show you. I've got two shapes like that now. I want to make something to go in that. I'm going to make like a bed for some flowers to go in. So they're just shapes. So what I do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to mark out 1 inch, approximately 4 centimetres. I'm going to do them that size. Now I might need to do 2 lots. So it's going to be about right for me. I'm going to cut them now. Let me just make sure I've got this about right. Levelish. I think I'm going to have to snap my blade a bit and get it to... the sharper ones. Right, I'm just going to snap my blade a little bit. That gets rid of all the rubbish blade, and then that's all I've got left now, so it should work. Hopefully. Oh, some baby's screaming its head off. Right, so I've got that. I need another one, which I didn't cut right. You need 4 sections, Fee. Oh, God. I'm getting too old for kids, me. Not my grandchildren. I absolutely adore them. It's other people's. The minute they start, I want them to shut up. Right, we're going to do this at 2 inches. I'm just going to cut that one. Again, 2 inches. Oh, it can be extremely frustrating. Ugh. I've got to chop off one tiny bit. You struggle like that. Look, it's not even going that way. Right. One more. It's alright, I used the wrong piece, didn't I? But it don't matter. Right. But now what I've got to do is, I'll do it on here, right? So I'm going to use see this here. I'm going to go from there. Oh, let's see. We can take it from there to there. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just to glue the end of this. When I've sanded that down, it's got to be straight. Just glue this. And then I'm going to fit it on here. Like that. And then take the other one. Make sure that's flat. Yeah. And glue that. On to the side. See, like that? Like that, give that chance to dry. And then I'm going to take this right, and we pin that like that onto there. And you've got to get it straight. Sort of. Now that should have gone in there. I'm going to push that in a bit more. And then what I'm going to do is use one of these, probably about that much. As a plinth. For that to sit on in there, and that's gonna just sit like that to make a flat base for it, and then I can shave this down. Give it a chance to dry. And there you go. I've now got a little planter. Like that. See? So I can put some flowers in there. And that's used up them little bits of shapes that I had. Little shapes. Might take that off and push that in. Better still, take this, it will heat the glue up, and we'll do it that way. Just heat the glue up and then push that in where you need it. That's it, that's a bit better. But there, a nice little planter for the garden. I mean, obviously we can sort this out and take that right off if I have to. It just needed a flat bottom. There, perfectly smooth. And there I've got a little planter for the garden. So that's great, that's another item done. We'll just get rid of all these rubbish bits. There we go. And what else can we do? Oh, I've got wood stuck in me. Oh no, just dropped my now take these that I want to put in the garden. Now I've got these tiny wee little hearts, but you're not going to see them, and it's not a waste of them because I don't use them. But what I'm going to do is these are going to be planted into the bed below, and this is going to be up against the wall. So rather than me mess about, they will just then go up against the wall, and I can spread them where I want them to be. So it looks like it's growing up the wall. So that's another thing. Really quick and easy things to do. Oh, it says to me, it's going, I don't want to stay on there though, Fee. What are you going to do? I've got lots of different things here that needs to be put onto a base of some things, so that some sort, should I say, so that I can then pop them onto the base of the floor wherever they're going to sit, and just use up these oddments. It's as easy and simple as that. It's better to glue that than to try and glue that when it's not sturdy. See? And so we're just popping them onto little bits of wood, and then we can place them where we want them. So that's those. That'll do, you'll do. You ain't going nowhere. I've got a little hat that I took off something else that I now need to sort out, and because I want that hung somewhere in the garden. I don't think I'll alter the flower. I think it's fine as it is. Little rose on there. Just want to get this mess off. Bit of glue. And I'm just going to have that little, like a garden hat, just hung on something. Now I'm also going to show you when I get round to cut it. In fact, I could do that now. But it takes time now. Wait a minute. Let me just see if I can do it this way. Sorry. I have to get the right bag of material that I'm going to use. We could use this, I suppose. This is coarser. Right. Now I'm gonna do it in here. I want moss growing up this, and up other bits and pieces as well in the garden. And in order for me to do that, I have to do some playing around with the glue and a bit of grassy moss. Right. So what we're going to do is to add to that some, it's like grass, moss, in other words, should I say. It's like moss. And press it on. Press it on here and there. And it looks like it's growing, you know. Okay. So we'll show you that tomorrow when it's dry, and if there any comes off, fine, it's really, really okay. Now what I do need to do is to find a little tub to put all this in, even though it's wet. Not a tub, I need to put it in an airtight container. So let me just see, I have one somewhere. Well, look, I've got this, this metal bit needs taking off, but a frog in one of them. You know what, just add a bit on. Instead of wasting it. Mark it around. That's it. You can add it underneath. Bring it up the stem. Around the base. Like that. And leave that to dry. And we can use that again tomorrow. And just break it up and put it in wherever you need it. So I hope that's helpful. Right everyone, now I've been really busy and I've not had a chance to film a lot of it because I was doing it overnight. I couldn't sleep last night, it was too hot for me, so I got up and crafted. So what I'm going to do is to go through it with you so you can see where I'm up to. At the moment I've made 3 little tables of different heights and they're going to stand, let me just show you. Oh wait a minute, because I've done lots of things and I'm trying to sort them out. So we're going to have one like that with something on, and then one like that. Sorry, it's this desk, my mat got heated. I should have took it off before I used it. So I'm going to have 3, hopefully you can see that. 3 like that. This one's already got the plants in, I just need to finish gluing that. Well, the glue's not set yet. So that's that. I'm just going to lean that up against the bottle. Now I've finished the chair, at the settee. I've got a little rabbit here, which is so cute, a little bunny. But a cat, it's a kitten, that's why he's only small, chasing the mouse up the chair. And I just thought, you have to have a bit of fun. So we've got that. And then on here, we've just got a little bird sat. Now we put all the greenery. I might put a little bit of a vine through yet, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. I've got little bits here that's done. We've got some jars with I just need to put the caps on with bits and pieces that I've put in ready. Like I say, they just need the caps. These need the caps fitting on, and they're going to hang above, I think. I can put some on the decks as well, but I've just added little bits and pieces in the little miniature bottles. So take the wood bits out of there. Now that's all the plant and whatnot. And these are glass. I've had them years and never used them, but I found them and I thought, when I do a garden, that's what I'll be using. They're just great pumpkins. So I've used one on a table, I've glued that on. So we'll see about if we use any more. Now, lots of other things I've done as well. and I'm going to show you that lot now. Now I've made this. Now what I've done, I've just used my balsa wood. This is the balsa wood. And I just cut the lengths I need. I started cutting the back, and I think, if I remember rightly, I did it 4 inches wide by 6 inches long, and then I just cut ruler size, well, just over the ruler size width, 2 sides, and then 3 shelves, and I put 4 feet on it, and it's as simple as that. That now needs just some rub and buff on it, and then filling with plants and bottles and whatever I want to put on, like this. You know, I'm going to probably have one of those in there, and a plant pot or 2 and whatever. So like I say, it's just, you fill them out. It's so easy to make, and why buy them? Make them. This balsa wood, I've got that made out of one whole one, and it's £1.35. You know, to buy that unit, you're talking of £6, £7, £8, £9. So make them yourself. Now, do you remember I showed you yesterday? The way I've been doing the grass and the moss is you get this. Now you can make this yourself if you've got a grater, and you just buy a bag of chunky and then grate it and powder it down. But then you do have to mix it again with super glue, not super glue, with PVA glue for when you're putting it back onto your things, and I'll show you how we do that after. But I've got a lot of things here that I've made, and now I'm going to share them with you. So I'll go through them one at a time. Made or altered, that's what I mean to say. I absolutely love these. I've made, and I've got to paint this yet, but I've made some hanging baskets. They're just brill, and they're so easy to make. And you put a little bit of plastic over something that's round. I just put a piece of plastic over it, piece of plastic bag, put it on with a elastic, and then just used the moss and glued it on. And then you cut the plastic off. Now you end up with things like this. I'll show you how to do. You just put a little bit of wire, three wires, and you've ended up with some hanging baskets. So I'll show you how to do those. I made this little unit, which is going to either stand on the floor but up against the wall, or hang on the wall, I'm not sure. But because it's a garden and you want things on the wall and that, then I thought, well, we'll make things. But I don't have to, it doesn't have to go on the wall. Now, I've made these steps, and I've used this bark. We do sell it, or we've sold it in the past. I just cut each one like a bar. Use the balsa wood again, 2 strips. Shape the ends, and then just glued them all onto one section, and then glued the other section on top of that, and I've made some steps, and it's as simple as that. I could have used all wood, but I chose to use, because it's a garden, and I thought, oh, let's just have it a little bit different. Painted it, and then I've just gone over it with a bit of rub and buff. Don't need to do that, because that's going up against the wall when it's done. So that's that. Now, I had some glass jars and that, so I put a little bit of moss inside. I've glued in a plant, a little bit of moss on the outside, so that's another holder. These I've had these a long while. I need to shave that down, I've made it into a plant pot, but when it goes on to, you know, the wherever I'm going to put it outside in the garden, then I'll just glue that in. And then I'll put some moss inside there. Like I said, I did these with the hearts, which the hearts are just easier to stick into the ground and glue, and then that can glue up against the wall. Another one of those and one of those, which can be stood around the outer edge for height. Another little glass ornament, put some moss in the bottom, and this came off a tree. I have a bag of these trees, and they're easy to snip bits off so you can use in your plants. So that's that one. I've shown you this one, which is the frog and the moss growing up like that. Hang on, because there's a few more bits and pieces, quite a few actually. Now I'm going to show you the planters. They are finished. There's no point in filming me putting flowers in them, because I've shown you how to make the planters, you just have to fill them. So here's one. This is the one that I made, and I do have to put some more bits and pieces in. I'm going to glue in the odd. I've got some of these. Pumpkins, and they're just great to like stack in. I choose the smaller ones and just put the odd one in there for decoration basically. So I've got those to do. I've got them to fill out, but I've started putting the bigger plants in first. So that's that one done. That one again is one I made. So I've made the unit, we've put on the moss like this, and which is this powdered one, and you just glue where you want it glued. I use a paintbrush just to glue it, and then sprinkle the moss on it, and it just looks like it's growing up the sides and that. I've put it on that one as well. And if I need more once it's on, I can just put more on. Again, this is a planter that I made, which will stand like that. Chunkier moss I've put up there. That's the moss I made from that tub. This was like an oval bath thing that I had, and I thought, you know, make it into a bedding plant. So what I've done is done the moss on the sides of that as well, and it just gives it character. Use some dry moss to put in there. This was the bought one that I just added these to. Again, using the moss, different plants. So that's that. Not finished. I already had these that I made a while ago. Now, first of all, I've done the two shelving, a couple of shelving that I may want to use. I'll just put that to one side. These I did a long time ago and just had them ready and handy, which are going to go on the wall as well. They're little wall planters. Now I have this little carriage, it's a trolley, metal trolley, and I thought, I've kept it and thinking, oh, it's a little bit big for a toy, but it's ideal for in the garden. And I've added some moss, pumpkins, flowers, more moss here, and I can add moss coming down it, and I think that's just going to look great in the garden. And last but not least is this. I've more or less finished the table. As you can see, nothing will fall off. I've put some tools, a fork, the trowel, some pumpkins, spilt moss, plants already, some more pumpkins here, flowers underneath. And I didn't finish painting this bit because I'm not going to. I don't think I need to. I like it as it is. It just looks great, to be honest. And I think that's a great table to go in the garden. I've just got to put in these here. You know, the, oh there, in there. The hooks. And I'm going to have some tools hanging off and a cloth. And I just think that's going to look fantastic. I might put some more flowers across here. And I've spilt the moss onto the seat bit here. Which I just think it gives it a little bit it looks authentic, and I like that. So there's an awful lot done. Love the trolley. I think it's come out brilliant. These were already done. Love the bath, because it's, you know, you just put it in, it's like a garden. Lots of troughs and that for the wall, or the floor. Plants ready to go in, a unit already, the tables. Love the hanging baskets. Like I say, I will show you how to do that. In fact, I'll do that now. Where's the other one? There. I'm going to fill those with some bits and pieces. Now, I did the same hanging basket here. I just made a hanging basket. But I didn't put the wires on it, and it made a little table basket. So I'm going to do that for this shelf as well. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Like I say, the ladders, the stairs, great bunch of things to go in the garden, and I'm thrilled to death with them. So I'm just going to put all these back. So I don't spoil them. Love that idea. I think that was great. Turned out great as well. Just going to put these to one side. I want the garden to be packed. Now they need to be finished. They need to be filled once they're on. And those can all go into the garden when it's ready. Those can't be done until they're finished. Love the chair. The like two-seater and the seat, one seat. I mean the chair and the two-seater. Absolutely love the way they've turned out. I'll get a decent picture of them all as well. So I'm going to share. Oh, so that's the finish. That needs doing once we know what was going on it. I'm going to share how to make the little planters, and it's so easy. Right, so these are old bags. Sorry, I forgot to put the glue gun on. Sorry. Never mind, we'll get this ready anyway. I just cut these. Get my little elastic band. Pop that on there and pull it tight as long as it's down like that. Like I say, I'm going to use this fibrous one, I think, a bit more fibre. Let's just see, because I've got all different ones. Yeah, we'll use that one. I've got bags of the stuff. I won't know that. Yeah, we'll use this because it's a bit more fibrous. Hopefully. Now, wait a minute, let that heat up a little bit more. I need a little bucket or something to dip these in. Yeah. Just for now, I'm going to put it in here. Just tip a load in. Like that. Put some more. Whoops. Right, so, don't want it to come out really, but there you go. Now, I'm just going to start and build on this. So I'm going to do the centre first. It's not... Right, I'm just... And just dip it in. It is a bit messy, but put it on a bit of paper, you'll be fine. Right, I'm just going to change my glue stick. Like I say, just keep going round till you got the right height that you want. You can see where you might need a little bit more. Maybe a little bit there. So you can go on top of it, you know, when you do one layer. You could do a couple of coats if you wanted to. But I think that'll do for mine. Now, just let that set a minute. Pop this all back in. And I think you can more or less work on it, you know, when it's done. So, I'm just going to snip the elastic. Take that off. Cut around there. And don't go buying them. Why? Use my policy. Make what you can and buy what you can't make. Anyone can make these. I'm just going to shorten them a little bit, get the edge off. That's better. That's more like one. Now, you take a bit of wire. So, I don't know what gauge this is. It's just extremely flexible. Where's my spike? Oh, tweezers I used. Okay. So, I put a hole, not too far away from the edge. Took the wire. Make sure they were both the same length. And twisted. That's one. And you need 3. So 1, 2, 3. But make sure I pull them to make sure they're equal, that looks equal. And then twist. And just snip the ends off to make sure they're all level. And then I use my round nose pliers to make the hook. And then, like I say, I can leave them as is, or I can paint them if I want to. I'm not sure whether I will paint mine. But look, hanging basket. I just use, look, I use all different with them because they're just great to do. I like that one actually with the smoother. It's the softer but longer fibre. So I'm going to make another one because I do need more. This one could have done with a little bit. Well, I'll use this as the basket. Could have done with a bit more. You can see through it sort of thing. I'm just going to glue that back. Yeah, we'll use that as a basket. Could have done with a bit more. So like I say, nothing goes to waste. I'll use that as a basket like it's for the deck. So like that, something like that. I don't know what I'm going to put on it. Oops. But straight away, I'm just going to glue it in place. And I can find something to go on it. Great. I just love those though. Right, I'm just going to get a little bit more. Here's another one. Love them. Just love them. So let me just find something to hang mine on at the minute, because that's what I'm going to be doing. They're going to be hung when I can get something from, hang on, just so you can see. I'm going to hang them on a bar, I think, above the room, the shop. We might hang some off the units yet, don't know. But look, different baskets made from different things, and I love them. Hey Fee, sometimes you've got it in you. I need to do that unit as well. Yeah, I'm just going to put some rub and buff on this before I do anything else. So let me just turn my glue gun off, because I need to go and load this up in a minute. Let's just see. I suppose we could do this one. No, I don't think we need it on there, but I think we'll put it there. So with more flowers on the table. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, now these have to be glued in. So they have to be glued on, should I say. And this one. Like that. I'm just going to cut this down a bit. There we go. That's it, like it, all done. Thrilled with it actually. So that's another piece done. We'll get rid of all the glue strings afterwards. Right, so, oops. Yeah, so I've got that if I want it. Let me just put these little beady things away. In case I want them somewhere else. Leave that there, I'm not using it just yet. No, not interested in that. Well, I did want a basket in there. But that handle is too big. Well, it's not now. It's not now, so what I'm going to... Oops. Don't be dropping your bits. I've shortened that hand. Do you know what? I don't actually want the handle. Change my mind. Now, I want to put some of these in, these little mini seed pod things. And they just look like pumpkins. But I'm not going to laden that basket full of them. So what I'm going to do is to use some moss first. Right, get all that stuff off my legs because it does me head in. Feels like something's crawling. So, we've got some chunky moss here. Or what I could use is this moss. In fact, I might do actually. I might just use some dried moss. Now, I just have to put some glue in the bottom. That's fine, I don't need that one. And I don't have to waste. So, what I'm going to do is pop on some of these. Now I know I just dropped one on the floor. But never mind. Let's have a look. And I'll have a little light one in the front. See, like that. I just love them. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is pop some glue. Oh, come on. Quite a bit on the bottom there. And just sit the basket on there. Like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, I'm just trying to think. I'm going to have some plants in there. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. I'm going to put these in that lot. In there like that. That's great. Lots of flowers in this place. I'm happy with that. So let me just get rid of all the glue things. Right, so I'm going to turn that off for now.